Oh. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, great and wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world. Sorry for that muted video. We are live, we are direct. It is. We are live on YouTube at Judge Money Blog Africa. We are live on Facebook at Judge Money Blog platforms, at Judge Money Official, at Judge Money/TV. We are live also at Real Judge. Thank you very much, Python from YouTube, for reminding me of that voice. Very, very important. If you see what is going on, kindly remind me on time, because our mind is actually, my mind is running so fast. My mind is running so fast. I can feel what our people are feeling on the ground. I can actually, understand the trauma our people are going through on the ground. So if you are a Biafra, if you are a Biafran all over the world, you understand what it is for people to be forced to lose their means of livelihood in order to make them say that we are no longer with this movement, because if it is what we are going to see, this dictatorship, we will never want Biafra. This is the where these people are fighting this battle to us. But now we are here to now ask some questions, to bring out some, a lot of investigation being done, to actually present to you things that you need to know or you need to understand. Maybe you haven't observed it yet, but remember, we are always keeping our eyes on the ball. This evening or morning, depending on where you are watching from, we are going to be talking about this senseless sit at home of the criminal syndicate in the likes of autopilot, led by one criminal, Simon Ifeanyi Njoku, in Finland. Now, it is very, very important that you understand what you are facing this time around. It is very, very important. That is the reason why you should share this video. Share this video, invite people to join. Share this video, invite people to join. They will never, they will never stop us, regardless of how they actually compress our platform. We will continue to move. We will continue to move. BBC is a propaganda machine. We will continue to say it because they are fighting this platform because of the befitting reply that we gave them. Now, I don't know if Facebook will join BBC in actually protecting the oppressors while, censoring the voices of the oppressed. This afternoon, I want to now bring to your notice again that what these people are doing in Biafra land, there is a Western agenda. Number two, I am going to tell you, I am going to now explain to you that after all the investigation done, that Nigeria is well aware of this autopilot syndicate. The zoo is the one giving them a ladder to climb. Now, listen up. Also, we are going to be touching on the activities of Soludo. Of course, there are some updates all over the place in Nigeria, telling you that you people are moving into renewable energy. You are moving into renewable energy. That is the report that I saw, very interesting. You are moving into renewable energy. That report is very, very interesting. The reason why I say that it is very, very interesting is that you people have not done what needed to be done in this type of electricity that you are generating through the dam. You have not actually serviced it properly. And you ask Nigeria, why are you moving into renewable energy? And even though your source of energy is not is not producing carbon, I don't know, it's not producing carbon, why then are you transitioning into renewable energy when you cannot actually try to service the one you have and put it to be stable, to bring it to stability. Now you will now understand the type of game that the zoo is playing with you. I am going to bring you that news. I am going to present it to you, but I want us to understand. I want us to actually check these things out. When you are done checking these things out, you will now tell me what is going on in Biafra land. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. What happened yesterday, right? Even a video of where a Fulani was using hammer to kill people. Using a hammer, even trying to eat the flesh of that person. Dude, a lot has happened. A whole lot has happened. Now, what I'm trying to look for now is a video where they have burnt our market. You see this? First of all, not this one that I want to actually bring, but this one that you are going to see, where they are using this video. I don't know if you are able to see it. You see this? Certain places are ablaze. When they are done, certain places are ablaze. You know what they do? They tag ESN. They now, because remember this new outfit of ESN, that's where they are targeting also now, because they have failed. Now I want you to know they are burning places, including your marketplace, in the name of they are enforcing sit at home. Can you imagine? In the name of they are enforcing sit at home, they are burning even the marketplace. They are actually destroying your means of livelihood. Where is these things that you are watching happening? In Biafra land. In Biafra land, who are those perpetrating that? Simon Ekpa and his followers. Now, first of all, before we go to this Simon Ekpa's issue, let me quickly actually bring to your notice this new development where your government say they are bringing a renewable energy. Because there are videos you have seen or you have come across, both where they are burning our market, both where they are chasing people away. You will ask yourself, is it how sit at home is being done? Is it how civil disobedience is being done? Now, civil disobedience is what is called in Igbo land Ohafuluku, Ohazuluku, rather, Ohazuluku. When the people come together, they say, this is what we are going to do for this regard. Now, no one I will actually, enforce it. But we are coming there. We are coming there. I want you to see this news. Check this news out. Check this news out. The FG develops renewable energy policy to add to 30,000 megawatts of electricity. Now, to add to 30,000 megawatts of the electricity. Now, share this video. Let us begin. Let me read some of this article to you for you to now understand what is going on. Federal government develops renewable energy policy to add 30,000 watts of electricity. Now to add 30,000 watts of electricity to where? To the one that is giving you electricity or the one that's not giving you electricity. Now, let me continue the reading. The federal government said it had developed a national renewable energy and energy efficiency policy with accompanying vision of 30 to 30 30 to add 30,000 megawatts of electricity by year 2030. Now, this 30,000 megawatts of electricity, the achievement time or time frame for achievement is 2030. Now you will ask yourself this question this evening: what have you been hearing in Nigeria in the last in the last actually 6 decades? What have you been hearing? That this, regime, once they come in, they come out. When they are trying to go out, they will start making some, invalid move. And when they are making this move, they don't care whether this move is going to be beneficial to them or to the country. They will just sign it into, law or into the national plan for the year. Now, after signing it into the plan or the budget of the year or of this decade, you will ask yourself, another person will come in with a different agenda, will now counter the one, even if the other person, because they never agree with each other. You see, in the zoo, the reason why things will never be good, things will never move forward, they never ever agreed with each other, and they can never agree with each other, because they are people with different ideology. Some of them are invalid, some of them are criminal, some of them might be fair, but they will never agree with each other, which is the primary problem that you have as a contraption, where they tell you that that there is strength lies your strength lies in your diversity. The diversity is now what we are talking about. They will never ever agree with each other, because they are actually in competition with one another. Because what these people are known for, it is competition in business. Ever since these people were located in that area of sub-Saharan, they compete with each other in business. They are very, very, good in trying to compete. Remember, competition brings envy. Competition brings, jealousy. Now, you decide to bring these people who compete together. When you bring people who are competing, they can tell each other some type of thing that will actually make them start fighting with each other, because they are now close to each other. But if they are competing, they go to the market, they compete there, they know who actually is actually good in the global stage. If this nation was left in that regard, why do you think that such a nation will not actually be on top in the global stage? Because the reason why you are finding it difficult is because too many ideologies, too many ethnic differences, too many competition, too much hatred, too much violence. These things are the reason why you will never get it right as a nation. Now somebody is saying that they are introducing energy. They are introducing energy, adding 30,000 megawatts into the one you are producing from your dam. Saying that this implementation is actually planned and extended to the year 2030. To the year 2030, by the year 2030. Now you ask yourself, this renewable energy that Nigeria is talking about, do they understand it? Do they understand what a renewable energy is? Because the simple one they have, they cannot maintain it. They now want to transition into renewable energy. Of course, transitioning into renewable energy is something that a nation that understands each other can be able to do, and it will be in favor of them. A nation that understands that these things are man-made, they need to be, they need to be revamped, they need to be actually serviced all the time. Now, you want to get into renewable energy. Renewable energy talks about solar system. When you talk about renewable energy, you will understand that it talks about solar system. In this solar system, you need to actually, it uses battery. It uses inverter. It uses battery, it uses inverter. And there are many things that is around renewable energy, because it is not actually, it will always, it has its own challenges. It has its own challenges. What if there is a heavy rain in the next, 1 week in a row? Will you have electricity? So such are the things you need to consider. It is true that you will now have some backup plan. Maybe trying to switch on to your quota system, dam energy production, which is never worked in the last 6 decades. It is the one that you need to continue to spend money to service it, spend money to call those who did it to continue to service it. It is the one that you want this zoo country, that you believe that this zoo country called Nigeria will be able to maintain and now bring you electricity. Because each time they come online, they will act like they are doing something, or they are doing something that they know you will. I want you to reason it that they are engaging into something because they heard that somebody engaged into it. They don't have their own initiative. Everything they do is that I hear say they do, make we follow. They follow suit. Do you know that Nigeria have a very good, energy transmission, or energy, like they have a very good energy production, unit, because you are not actually making the climate sick. It is a dam that is moving, generating you energy. A moving dam generating you energy. There is Kayanji Dam. It is moving and giving you energy. But because that is one of the best, energy source, that is the reason why you cannot actually maintain it. Because if you look at the nation, they say that the world is actually making the nation, making the free world, or will I say America, or the free world, they are making the nations who are actually producing their energy through burning coal, through fossil fuels, that they must transition into a greener energy in order to decarbonize the climate. Now, Nigeria energy production or energy generational unit does not carbonize the climate. It does not bring carbon. Now, to transition into a renewable energy, which some nations in Africa are actually trying to consider. Many nations in Africa are trying to consider it. Who are those that are actually going to now be the ones who will implement or actually manufacture or install for you a renewable energy? Who are those? Europeans. Germany, to be precise. Now, when the Germans are coming, They are going to actually employ their people, bring their people with, to build this so that you make sure that you will not understand how it is done. That each and every time you want to repair it or service it, you must go through them. Because all you always do is to actually follow suit. Follow suit. Now, this renewable energy is not a baby money. And are you aware that Nigeria is going for a loan to bring you a renewable energy, which they will not be able to maintain? Renewable energy use battery. Who is going to be buying those battery and replacing it? Now, let me continue reading this, copy and paste the information that they have seen how other nations who are actually known to be transitioning into the same thing, how they address, the transitioning. Now they copied it and they pasted it, but let's continue to read. Minister of Power, Mr. Abubakar Aliyu said, Abubakar Aliyu Fulani said this in Abuja at the 5th National Council on Power NACOP, NACOP, in bracket, with the theme sustaining and improving electricity supply through the power sector value chain for social economic. Aliyu said that renewable energy would contribute 30% of the energy mix to the policy. He said that He said that renewable energy was taking the center stage of the ongoing reform in the power sector, as it is visible from the ongoing and completed project in the Zungeru hydroelectricity power project, which is at 97% completion. 97% completion, Zungeru. Hapa n'obodo ndị Fulani. It is expected to provide 700 megawatts to the national grid, while Kashimbira hydroelectricity project will be providing 40 megawatts to the grid. Now, n'obodo ndị Fulani. And Dadin Kowa Dam is also providing 40 megawatts to the national grid, amongst others, he said. According to him, the power sector is undergoing various reforms aimed at improving the sector, adding that the government is presently investigating in the power infrastructures. He said that these investments were especially in the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, through various interventions. The minister said that the project were funded by international organizations like the World Bank. International organization. Let us talk about that area. This project is funded by an international organization, World Bank, funding this program. In this regard, the World Bank is funding your program. How much is the money that you are indeed taking from the World Bank? Or are you selling the country to the World Bank in the name for them to give electricity to the country? Because the plan, the money to transition to a renewable energy, the money to build it can be a generational curse to the nation. Because it will be a debt that your fourth generation will not be able to afford or to pay. You will be highly indebted until you die. Because in this regard, when we are actually looking into such, this type of scenario or this type of conundrum that you will find yourself into, maybe this is exactly as a result of what Zeke and all these people who actually negotiated your independence place us into. That is as a result of what we are suffering today. Yet in the 21st century, somebody is trying to place you into a danger that you will never come out. And every day that people who are intellectual will come and say, we are one Nigeria, there is no other country we have. That you are saying you are one Nigeria, there is no other country you have. This energy migration or energy generation or going into greener energy, I want to inform you, it is going to plunge your ownership to this nation you claim that you have no order. Because these people will never ever do anything right. Remember that implementation of a greener energy is never the case. The only problem you have is to actually know how to maintain it. Maintenance is the problem of the zoological republic called Nigeria. That is the reason why it is very, very necessary for us to go back to our separate ways. Everybody to your tent, O Israel. Because they say that when there is a goat and you have so many people feeding that goat, that it is not assigned to one person, that goat is going to die of hunger. Because this person will believe that the other one will feed it. The other one will say, no, is it only my duty to feed this the goat? The other one will say, nah, no, it is not my turn to feed this goat. The other one will say another story. This is how they will be talking. The goat will die of hunger. The same applies to let's contextualize it to our topic. They give you a renewable energy funded by the World Bank. Funded by whom? The World Bank. That is where you need to be worried. That is where you need to be worried. Because this generation, they claim that they're building generational wealth. Generational wealth in a nation that is highly or over-indebted. How do you think that your generation will enjoy that wealth? When you are building those, you are a president, you are a zoo leader. You use the money that belongs to service delivery to go out there to build a generational wealth. When you are out there building a generational wealth, you are there plunging the economic stability of the nation. What do you call it? It is called rob Peter to pay Paul. Now, at the end of the day, if you rob Peter to pay Paul, during the time of audit, you will now see that where it will reflect a kind of a figurative word. If you try to rob Peter to pay Paul, you steal from this pocket to pay this pocket, or you are in a debt, you go and take up another debt in order to pay your debt. That is robbing Peter to pay Paul. You build like generational wealth, such as all these governors in the Biafra land today, because all they care about is building generational wealth. They never care about bringing economic stability in those places where they have occupied. They will never care about it. When they build generational wealth, at the end of the day, they are plunging the economic stability of the nation that is going to host their generational wealth. Now, how do you think those generation who are already built-in wealthy, how are they going to cope in a bad infrastructure? How are they going to cope 24 hours a day? How are they going to cope in a traumatic event that you are creating that is going to now start taking its effect in the next 100 years? How are they going to cope? That is robbing Peter to pay Paul. World Bank, not to talk about Chinese loan, not to talk about IMF. Now, World Bank has come to the party. Let us continue to read, because I want to know if I will see the figure, because the figure, it will shock you. These figures is going to shock you if they will put it there. because I know the figure of this power transitioning. I know the figure what it looks like, and I will tell you. Now let us continue. The minister said that the project were funded by international organizations like the World Bank, African Development Bank, and a host of others to strengthen the national grid. Now, government to government collaboration between Nigeria and Germany. Did you hear that? Germany, I know, they are the people who are, they are good with this, you know, they are very, very good with renewable energy. They are building it. But now, let me remind you, Germany is as good as in building renewable energy. But Germany, you know what is happening to Germany today? Germany are now using gas. They are burning gas, burning fossil fuel in order to do energy generation, because this their renewable energy is actually their own renewable energy is being plundered by this Russia war. And now, because Russia war is ongoing, the transmission of whatever things that they will use to complete their energy building, plus the winter and all that, it is actually affecting them, that they now went back to fossil fuel generation, or to use to actually produce their own energy. This is the same Germany that is going to come and build your energy, and take you through the greener energy. Now, that is just a reminder. The loan agreement, which was provided on concessionary term through Siemens, okay, company, to rehabilitate the Nigeria electricity industry, NESI in bracket, and the value chain in the industry. Now, let us continue. Through the agreement with Siemens, orders had been made for the purchase of 10 morbid power transformers and 10 mobile substations. Now, 10 morbid power transformers to be situated across the country have started arriving, he said. Ali, you urged participants. He said have started arriving. Have you ever seen it in your area, people in the south? Have you seen this morbid transformer and the mobile, electricity, or mobile electricity, what do they call it? Substations. Have you ever spotted it in your areas? Of course, the answer is no. If you have spotted any arrival of any mobile substations that generate electricity for you in your area, you can actually make it known in the comment section, but I know that is not such. Ali, you urge participants to actually appraise recommendation of the technical experts' submission on various memoranda carefully to enable NACOP arrive at objective conclusion that will improve the activities in the power sector. Okay. He said that the forum such as NACOP were necessary towards building synergy in policy formulation and implementation for the provision of adequate and reliable power supply to drive the socio-economic development of the nation that will catapult the nation to the next level of industrial development, he said. Okay? Now you know that the zoo need electricity to actually catapult you to this industrial revolution. Now, in that regard, they have confessed that the Nigeria is a failure, In the last 63 years, there have been failures, 6 decades. You did not realize that lack of power supply is plunging the economic growth of that contraption called Nigeria. Because those who are making it real deal to happen are those who are actually, importing these things called, generator, which is the one that is carbonizing the whole, the atmosphere, the ecosystem. Now you ask yourself, why is it that people are being, are being challenged for using fossil fuel generation units to actually power their electricity? The world, the big world or the free nation is taxing them more than every other thing instead of taxing the generator producer. They don't tax generator producer, but those African nations who are using fossil fuel as a form of, as a means of their energy generation, they are not being taxed for any for the climate repair. They are taxing them a lot. But those who are manufacturing generator, you know what is generator? It gives you electricity, which is taking over the whole of African nation, including places that we believe that they are doing well in the global stage. South Africa. This thing is overpowering them. Is overpowering them. When you check the statistics, when you check everywhere, this generator that is being produced by China, produced by Europe, produced by America, produced by Germany, they are the generator we are buying now back home for our people to have electricity. Why? You ask yourself, they are not being taxed the way they are taxing nations in Africa who are still using, burning things like coal to power their generational unit. A very simple question that needs a simple answer. Because generator has been carbonizing the atmosphere. Generator has been carbonizing the climate, making the climate sick. But those who manufacture it is because they are from that place. They return and the money goes to them. That is the reason why it is no problem. The generator is what is sabotaging your electricity. You see, generator. It is what is sabotaging your electricity. After generator, now you come into the latest one that is sabotaging your electrical infrastructure, your energy or your power, sector. What is actually sabotaging it is this thing called renewable energy, solar system. Because the people who manufacture solar system in the free world, they want to actually market their solar system to you. That is the reason why your electricity will not have stability, because they will market this to you in order for them to thrive, while plunging your economic development or growth. Now, Nigeria in the last 6 decades, you never realize that because of this electricity blackout every day, national blackout every day, you believe that investors will come to invest. You believe that people will just make that place a tourism, a center of tourism. What is exciting in Nigeria, because you guys don't understand the things that actually make a nation to actually thrive. Tourism is number one. Infrastructural development, number two, because that's what attracts tourists. Now, electricity, power is very, very important, because that's what attracts the investors. Now you go to the judiciary. Judiciary most important, because judiciary protects the right of these international investors. When there is a problem, When Nigeria will want to sanction them, like they will tell you they have sanctioned MTN $200 billion. They have sanctioned this $100 billion. Judiciary is there to protect them because they can appeal. You see the things that are very, very necessary to build or to catapult the nation according to the Aliyu. It is not actually first priority of any leader who climb into that pulpit. It is never their own, first, it is never their first obligation. The only thing they want to do is loot. If possible, burn. If possible, actually kill. Loot, burn, and kill. Intimidate. Separation. Displacement. Terrorism. Above all. Now, these are the people who are migrating into renewable energy. Those who are selling generator, are they no longer going to exist? Are they no longer going to exist? Let us continue, because let's find out actually where they are heading to, because my time is almost elapsed. Now let me finish the reading. On his part, Chairman Senate Committee on Power, Senate Gabriel Soswam. All these names that I am mentioning here, have you heard any name that is from the South? The answer is no. Now, say the challenges of NESI since the national, which is NESI, since the completion of privatization and the 2023, we are well known to all the stakeholders and participants present. These challenges, which are mainly operational in nature or manifest as a result of lapses in the extant policies of statutory framework, include absence of cost reflective tariff and inadequate enumeration, metering of consumers, limited access to fund for investment, inadequate supply, among others. As you deliberate on the name of this 4th edition of NACOP, you ponder on these aforementioned challenges. I would like to assure NACOP of the support of National Assembly, especially committees on power, to always give legislative backing to resolution and policy recommendation of NACOP towards improving electricity supply in the country, he said. Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Mohammed Bello, said that, you are hearing the names, that the theme of the conference speaks in no uncertain terms to the importance of the electricity value chain to the socio-economic development of the country. The minister, represented by Mr. Shehu Ahmed, Executive Secretary, Federal Capital Development Authority, said that the importance of the value chain to socio-economic development calls for synergy between operators and players within the power sector. There is the need, therefore, for increased investment in the power sector value chain, especially by the organized private sector, working together in line with the vision and policies of the government cannot be overemphasized. Okay, now, when we talk about private sectors, ask yourself, these private sectors that are going to be investing, because it looks like the whole money is not coming from World Bank. The whole money is, is going to come from individual, private sectors. Now, which is companies, which are owned by individuals. And these private sectors they are talking about, remember, when we talk about private sector, I want you to picture a company like MTN, right? I want you to picture a company like ShopRite, if it is there. when you talk about private sectors, those big companies, we talk about private sector, you picture companies like, Toyota. You picture companies like, those big companies around. You picture them. And these companies that we are talking about that are going to be investing in your electricities, they are not from Nigeria. International companies. Let's remove MTN because I believe MTN is from Africa. It is not part of it. Even if it is, kudos, because it is from Africa. Now, in every other company that is going to be, I know that MTN might not be part of their investment because they don't promote African development and growth. Now, if there is any other company that come from Germany, Britain, Italy, America, these are the private sectors that are going to now invest in this renewable energy so that they will have fair share. They will be controlling the nation. They will be now making decisions on this infrastructure, making decisions in everything concerning the nation's socio-economic development. Now, that is for you to understand the meaning of privatization. When you talk about privatization, when privatization come into an economy, you need to understand the highs and the lows. You need to understand the volatility of the national cake or the national economy. When there is privatization, you need to understand that privatization sometimes help because people will be up and running. Yes, there is highs and lows. Privatization will now make those who are working to make sure you have electricity, that they will be actually policed. They will be policed because no one may be here. If you know that you have a stake in a particular company, a very good percentage, if you know that, you will never allow yourself, your own stake, to go down. As long as you are part of the decision, your stake even buy you a decision making as well. You will never allow that company to go down. That is the advantage of privatization. But disadvantage of privatization in Nigeria, it keeps the country, it keeps the country ownership or the national ownership towards that particular infrastructure volatile. Now, how does it do that? Because these people will be sharing the profit that the nation supposed to acquire by themselves. Sometimes, if private sector have more percentage in the stake of that whatever project, they are the first decision makers. If they are from Britain, they are the ones who control. They are from America, they are still the one who control. If they are from Germany, they still control. If they are World Bank, they still control. The decision is the one that will take place in the board meeting, in the boardroom. They are the ones who conquer boardrooms. Privatization, which will now make things, the money that's supposed to be going into the national purse will be now segregated. You go to Germany, you go to America, go to China, go to all different places. And among or before anything will be made, they will be the first decision if they have higher stake. Now, this is the highs and lows of privatization. Secondly, if they are now telling you about privatization, you will understand that the World Bank is in. Private sectors are in to actually invest. What is the percentage of Nigeria investing into their renewable energy? Let's find out if they are going to tell us. If they don't tell us the percentage that Nigeria is going to be investing into the renewable energy, or giving us the number of the amount they are investing in total in actually migrating into renewable energy, let us actually try to see if it is there. I don't know. It is thus our expectation that the 2022 NACOP will evolve policies that will sustain and build on the gain made in the power sector. The gain you can make in the power sector, if there is a steady electricity where people will have meter buying their electricity, or where foreign investors will come in to invest because they know that your power supply is reliable. They don't need to buy a generator because they also know that generator is carbonizing the climate. To evolve policy that will sustain and build gain made in the power sector over the last few years, while bearing in mind that reviving the Nigeria economy and sustaining growth depend on the large extent and the efficient and functional energy sector. Only now that they have discovered in the last 6 decades. Actually, I think it is the last. It is the last. There is no money that is told us here. Let me now tell you, to transition into a renewable energy. To transition into renewable energy, it will not cost you less than $200 billion. It will not cost you less than $200 billion into renewable energy. $200 billion. What bank will bring it? What is it that you are going to? When are you going to finish pay it? You are already on minus almost $100 billion. Minus, which is that you are owing the world, or you are owing IMF, International Monetary Fund. You are owing them $100 billion. Or maybe 99 if they serviced it the way they said they serviced it. 99 point something or 98 point something billion dollars. Now, if you are actually, when we talk about the poorest country where they do their borrowing also, Nigeria owe them $13 billion. $13 billion. Nigeria owe them. Where the poorest countries, they take their loan. If you know your country is very poor, if you talk about it, they take their loan, like Niger Republic. That's where they take their loan. Now, you ask yourself, Nigeria also take the loan. What about Chinese loan? I don't know the figure. Now, in this regard, you are adding up something like $200 billion to it. Which Nigeria generation is going to finish pay this? Which of your generation is going to finish pay this? That is the reason why we tell you Nigeria is not working and will never work for anybody. Everything that you people are doing, you are deceiving yourself. Because in this regard, you see how they actually tell you whatever they will, it is going to benefit them. They never tell you the number. They never tell you how the private sector, how much they are taking from IMF. They never told you, because they know that this money is more, they're putting the nation in debt, over indebted nation. That is the reason why you need to say no to Nigeria. Say no to Nigeria while you can, because Nigeria is not meaning good for or well for anybody. All the name I mentioned in this energy sector, they are Fulanis. Fulanis. Maybe, this is their, how they make their own decision. They are Fulanis. And they know that Tinubu is the next man in line, because they aga Tinubu Abadawa before 2 years. That is the plan. Chetema. That's when you will understand that vice president takes over when president is not there. Tinubu will be going to medical checkup. That is when you will know vice president. You will understand the reason why they chose Shatama, or what is it, Shekiri or Shekima, to be Tinubu's vice. Because Tinubu is already sick. Medical tour, it is rest assured, in the one Nigeria. That is the reason why we are telling you, political, this political, whether they call it a new political dispensation or whatever, it is not going to help you or give you freedom. It is not going to give you economic or stability or anything. It is continued going to be dictating for you, oppressing you. That is what these things are going to do for you. There is nothing else. So if you believe that one day manna will come from heaven, I want you to change your belief system, because it is a bogus belief system which will never help you in any means possible or in any way possible. That is one thing you need to actually say to yourself, and that is something that you need to understand. There is no way these things that you are believing that they are going to help you. Because Nigeria you see today, it is a nation that will never ever change. Different types of people were brought together, who compete in the market, brought together to make them a nation. Is it not an irony? So that they will continue to fight themselves for the economic exploitation. Now, we move to Soludo. There is something that I saw Soludo did, which I want to actually talk about within these 2 minutes we have to get into 1 hour to the program. I want you to listen to this video. Listen to it attentively, because I want to actually address that as an African decolonization activist. I want to actually talk about it. Pay attention to this video.
A useless country. Anybody you with them? You should just take off all these things, because I'm sending people now to come and clear this. This job was supposed to have been finished in October. And you people asked us to give you up to November and have terminated the contract. And you are supposed to refund the money you are paid. It's a very useless company. And then you own on the basis, not on the buy. This is what we get. This is what we get. I patronize in the buy. It broke on the whole place. Nobody can go. This is a federal highway. Federal highway. For months, you blocked it. Even for people to pass through the other way, you blocked it. So now, and I cannot go home. This job was supposed to have been finished in October. That's the contract you were given. You patronize on the buy. You don't patronize.
Did you see where Soludo make the biggest mistake? He finished his lamentation, and he come back to say, that is what you get. They patronize and they buy. Soludo, I want to actually correct you in this regard, because number one thing is that you are talking to him in that regard because no one buy. That is number one thing, Soludo. Because the reason why you undermine him is because Nagini ana so far or Nagini abu fuebe, or is because Nagini with the same color. That is the reason why you are treating him like that. Soludo, I want you to understand that building road is not something that ends in the next 6 months, 3 months. There are roads that takes years. And the man here in question told you that what was delaying him, it is because of the rain that is raining every day. Now you will begin to understand that the type of road you people are building, within 3 months, road is completed. And the mother now without understanding there are challenges you will find on that road. There are things you will find in a road building. You don't know pre-colonialism, what was done under the ground of that road. There are many challenges that a road builder who knows what they are doing are going to see. But because in Nigeria, they just pour this thing, ajolo, they pour it everywhere, they dig, they cover it, they put tar on the road, then you call it na Soludo Aluozo. I thought that you're supposed to be looking up for The quality of the road the person is manufacturing, not the person actually building the road, whether it is Onyebai or whether it is Onyebun. This is what I see as taking advantage of your own. Black on black violence. That's what I see there. Because in this regard, Soludo, you're supposed to give this man a benefit of doubt. He said that the road has been raining and they couldn't proceed with the building of this road. You might know better about the road, but I'm judging you based on your sentiment. No, in fact, body patronize and buy. You are generalizing it, but you are a professor. On the buy in a koga being a contract for beg a kogi delay. That is where I am actually coming in to actually ask you, Soludo, because these things you people are doing, making sentiment, that is what is called self-hate. Self-hate. A patronize and the buy. That is where I have a problem. And the road is not built in months. Some road can be built in years. Because there are some problem people experience on the ground. All you need to do is that tell that person that if they don't give you what you want, they will return all that money. You are a governor, you have the power to do so. Because if you persuade a road builder, a civil engineer for that matter, if you persuade them to give you what will end today, tomorrow, so that can for the benefit, for your own selfish aggrandizement, maybe that is the reason why you want that road to be finished so quickly. In that regard, you go and persuade somebody who is a civil architect, civil engineer, who is building that road, making sure that he give you the best. It doesn't matter if he wastes time, but because no one buy call, that is the reason why you are taking advantage of him, telling us that this is Ifeneme patronize on your buy. I don't know your challenges with him. I don't know your arrangement with him, but that sentiment you did, you need to withdraw it. If you are indeed a pan Ndebai, if you are a pani, a Biafran, a pan Biafran, or pan Igbo, you are supposed to retrieve that your statement in your own book. That is exactly what you did. How many on your bike you patronize you go where malo? Just because if you select one person, if they don't give you what you want, you will assume that an underbuy in a window. You will assume that an underbuy in a will add a metia. But you people up on your bike, you will govern. Or no problem to patronize you will govern. Is it not people's vote that put you on governorship? Or did they select you? We patronize you. So it means that if that man is not doing good, it means that you yourself, you are not doing good as well. Above general, we generalize it. It patronize and buy. Now, that is where I am going to leave it. Anybody that is fixing a road is bound to take his time, as long as they give you the quality of the road that you want. In Western world, they fix road. They actually close that road. They build it to the standard. Let us actually leave it here. Now, coming back to where we say we are. We are already 1 hour 6 minutes into this program. We have less than 1 hour into this program left for us. Now I want you to understand the activities of these infiltrators in Biafra land. The reason why they are keeping Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS dungeon is to make sure that Shetima becomes the president of Nigeria. So many people who are promoting Tinubu today does not know that whom you are promoting is his vice. Emilokon, the man who is telling you it is his turn, knows that Nodochas is strong. nwoke agbadago na age. Or the chance that strong. Oh man, or there. Or when he goes there, what he will get, it is maybe if he is so strong 2 years, he no knows. That is the man, because you are voting for Shetima. Those Yoruba like Feni Famikayode, who is a Tinubu this, Tinubu that, or this and that. You are voting for Shetima, you know that. But because you are APC myopic Nigerian, you will not understand what is going on. Because once you enter into this partisan, you become so myopic, you become so blind, you will not realize what you are about to produce to the nation, because it is directly in favor of your activities as an individual, not for the nation, because you people have never made a decision that will favor the nation. That is the reason why all of you, Ndesabo, you gang up, you take Mazen Nnamdi Kanu out because he was not promoting Tinubu. All of them, you see how they were singing praises of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But immediately Mazen Nnamdi Kanu Banime, they all made a U-turn, 90 degrees, in order to start supporting Tinubu. Now, in that regard, the same support of Tinubu is what led people who came to say they are bringing themselves together with Biafra restoration, Biafra freedom fighters, which you see Akintoye Iboho and the criminal in Finland coming together in the name that they are actually, there will be no election. Then the fool in Finland, whom they have set to be used. You know, when I've been telling you, is this guy from Biafra land? Who is this guy? You don't know. You just agree. Because he is working with the devil mind. That's why he claimed the identity of Abakaleke. Now I want you to understand that who you are voting for in APC is Shetima. Now coming to the east, Biafra land, those who leave Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS dungeon and you are campaigning for obedience, you know that you are voting one Nigeria. Because obedience is one Nigeria. Which means obedience is not even thinking of restructuring. Obedient is not even thinking of Biafra, freedom. Obedient is thinking about one Nigeria, not even restructured Nigeria. If at least you know that if it is restructured Nigeria, it is not restructuring we are looking for. But I am telling you something that if it is what we are hearing, how is he going to restructure Nigeria when he does not have the numbers in the Senate, in the House of Assembly? How is he going to do that? If he eventually promises you he's going to. Because Fulani knows that they tell you that your this togetherness is the power. Who is going to vote for the restructuring? Have you seen the reason why we want Biafra? Have you seen the reason why we don't want to go to their Igbo presidency? Have you seen the reason why it is Biafra or Biafra? Have you seen the reason why you are wasting your time campaigning for P2B? Have you seen it? Because it is not going to come through that democratic process. P2B. It is a tool to be used. Of course, Tinubu have spoken. The first choice of the people who will give them Fulani president in 2025. Fulani president. Produce another Fulani president in 2025. That is Tinubu for you. But those of you who are championing obedient, you are wasting your time. I've told you time without number. You are wasting your time. When it comes to Atiku want to actually exploit the nation to the zero. Because the one he did up under Obasanjo did enough. It is not enough for him. He is coming for revenge of what Obasanjo did to him. is it the man coming for revenge that is going to do anything for you? Because anybody who wants to go to that position of presidency, they have a target, they have a plan, they have the reason why they are going, and you are never part of the reason. The reason is always at their own selfish aggrandizement. That has always been their reason. Now, getting back to what some of these Yoruba agitators who went to say they are forming alliance with IPOB while they went to form alliance with its criminal syndicate in the likes of autopilot in order to continue to send a negative message to the world, international bodies. But we have told them, made it clear, so anybody working with the criminal in Finland, you are on your own. Of course, as you have seen the activities of the criminal in Finland, intimidating people in the name of sit at home, killing people in the name of sit at home, going to Enugu State, I saw a video where they went to Kenyatta. Hi, people in Enugu, unu na-echu afa. Ụmụaka 042 unu na-echu afa. So no so guy kunu meme. You people only know how to do guy. And may school mafia. Unu na-echu ihu. Unu anya amara anya na nke ala. That is the reason why you people will allow criminals to come into Kenyatta. Now, one year while going into the market and stealing shoes, stealing different things from the shops of the people in the name that they are enforcing sit at home. Hi, Umu 042. You people run away for few criminals. Jimma, na Chakapo. You people run away for them. All the people. Now, hi. Now let me read what the Nation reported. Let me read what the Nation reported. I will read it very short. Government enforcing the 5-day sit-at-home order reportedly issued by the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, in the southeast yesterday unleashed terror on innocent citizens as across the region defied the directive. Did you see what it is? The reason why I jaguar this idiot in Finland, is not Finland na Marife, that what he is doing, it is only working in favor of course, they are the ones who send him. They are the ones who send him. This national newspaper or nation newspaper is what? This is Tinubu's newspaper. Tinubu. These are the people. I want you to understand what is going on here. This is now telling you that there is a link up between Simon and the Tinubu. Because all this shenanigan, it is about this 2023 election. I've been telling you this and I'm saying it over and over again. That is the reason why the nation, instead of the nation calling this what it is, they call it IPOB. When IPOB leadership came on Radio Biafra, which the whole world knows that it is where anything is issued and cancelled on Radio Biafra, came and they actually told the world that this senseless sit at home being orchestrated by a criminal fraudster in Finland in the name of Ifeanyi Njoku is not IPOB. The national Tinubu newspaper, Yoruba media. Look at it. This is Yoruba media. The Nation. They come to tell you that it is IPOB and it has actually taken, reportedly issued that it unleashed terror and the innocent citizens as people across the region were defied. Okay. Sorry. that the government enforcing 5-day sit-at-home order reportedly issued by the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB in a bracket, in the southeast yesterday unleashed terror on innocent citizens as people across the region defied the directive, which means there was no sit at home. The same Yoruba channel TV run to say, to go and snap and say there is sit at home. Yoruba, Yoruba. Yoruba, the nation, say, which is owned by Tifubu, came to tell you that the IPOB issued a sit at home. And that sit at home, the terror of the government that are terrorizing people while enforcing the sit at home, that now made people, wreak havoc in Nigeria, in the Biafra land. While Channel TV take a picture telling you that there was sit at home in these places. Why is it that Channel TV need to promote what the criminals are doing? Akintoye have to promote what the criminal that is doing, terrorizing Biafra land. Sunday Igboho has to promote the criminal terrorizing the Biafra land. The Nation, Tinubu's newspaper, has to now report it that it is IPOB. They now reported it is IPOB. That people defy the order. IPOB unleash terrorizing people in the name of enforcing sit at home. They will never report it the way it is. That is the reason why I told you that it was the time Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said that we should not give this criminal popularity. We have seen what he is doing. He is trying to actually put it on IPOB when he is not a member of IPOB. That is the reason why we continued to actually expose the criminal. And we will continue to do so. Now, in this regard, you ask yourself, why is this Yoruba newspaper promoting it direct and indirect? Because if you show us a video to say there is sit at home in this place, there is sat at home in that place, it means that you are promoting these people who are trying to get relevant. You are promoting them to continue, because the more they see that there are people who are scared, they will want to kill more people to make them more scared to achieve their selfish aggrandizement. That is how Channel TV supported the activities of the criminal in Finland. The Nation now came and they explained to the world, to sell lies to the world, that it is IPOB who issued sit at home. And mind you, that our erudite barrister have sued the Nation to come and actually apologize for this instigation on IPOB. Barrister Joffa, he has sued the Nation. He has written to them, he has written to them to apologize for this. And we are waiting for that apology from this, the Nation newspaper. Because our erudite leader has written to them. And if our erudite barrister, legal team, if they don't apologize, we are taking them to court. They must apologize. Because this is a deformation of an organization. This is defamation. Kiara, just one moment. Sorry for that interruption. I heard the kids actually, they were playing outside. I saw they were crying, so I had to intervene. So, I want you now to understand that our erudite barrister has written to them to actually, this is deformation of character. And you are defaming not a character of an individual. You are defaming a character of an organization by saying IPOB issued be set at home and send the government to enforce sit at home. IPOB never issued any sit at home. IPOB never enforced any sit at home. Hear that and hear it clearly. Because this is how they will sell the narrative. This is the organized crime committing on IPOB. This is an organized crime committing on IPOB or committed against IPOB. Did you see how the report is coming? Yoruba media. After, it's not a coincidence, after so-called alliance with Oduduwa, Channel TV promoted them. The Nation now they redirect the narrative, claim it's IPOB. When we have said it on several occasions, IPOB does not involve themselves in criminality. IPOB does not involve themselves in anything criminal that is going to jeopardize or place the life of our people in danger. IPOB does not engage in such nonsense. We do not engage in such nonsense. Let me see if I will bring more people into this program, because it is very, very necessary. Let us bring more people into the program. Because when we preach this gospel, we need to actually, we need to make it to go viral. As we are preaching the gospel, it must go viral. Share the video. If you are joining us now, share the video. Invite others to join. We've started an hour, 30 minutes ago. So wherever you are joining, share this video, invite others to join. So, in this regard of what we are saying here, I want you now to understand that the activities of this criminal in Finland, what they are doing right now, it is actually as a result of what they have been assigned to do. They are assigned to destroy the name of IPOB. Just like Mazichina Sanworu told you, that international organization, they want to start doing to us what they did to Ambazonians. They want to actually start doing to you what they did to Ambazonia. But they will fall, they will fail. They will never succeed. Never. Because we know that we are doing what we're supposed to do. We are not actually engaging on any criminality whatsoever. What we are doing is actually making sure that our leader, who is held in a solitary confinement in Nigeria without any cause, is actually free. But the enemy will continue to do what they do best. Sabotage, systematic sabotage. Use something that looks like them to destroy them. Use that thing that they want the most to destroy them. That is what Nigeria is doing to our people. And they are doing it. It is working for them because our people are very, very gullible and cowards. That is the reason why somebody will come from nowhere. You don't know where he come from. Everybody who has been fighting this struggle fighting for this freedom on the ground. They were called criminals. Whatever that happens, everybody is a criminal except themselves. And you look at all these things, you think that neighbor wants an law I pity you, because whatever you are actually calling on yourself, it is going to actually swallow you up. You see, all these things that you are bringing, claiming that it is actually about you, it is going to swallow you up. It is going to get back at you, because what goes around will always come around. Now, I don't know why I cannot get more people into this program. I don't know why, if there is a problem on my end or where. But let us continue. Let us continue, because I don't actually have time. Let me try again. I don't actually have time, but let us proceed. Let's try again and see if it's going to work this time. So now, remember that I told you that the popularity that this criminal want to actually try, it is for his own selfish gain, while trying to prove to those who have hired him for 2023, to give you a reason why you are not worthy of being a president. Of course, Tinubu is making that move. Of course, it is already an evidence that it is not coming to you. Now, in this regard, testing their popularity, that is the reason why The Nation, Tinubu's newspaper, come to say it is IPOB. The same way that if there will be election, if they do this rubbish, they will come and say it is IPOB. That Biafra people, they don't want Igbo presidency. That is why I win. Now, in that regard, you continue to ask yourself, why on earth is this guy making people who Mazen Nnamdi Kanu are fighting to protect, are fighting to give good life, are fighting to give hope, are fighting to give a better, future, making them to suffer, making them to be the ones that will suffer, instead of making the oppressors suffer? What made you think that this guy is genuine? Those of you who will be in the comment section writing junk or writing rubbish, what makes you think that this person is indeed doing anything for you? Because the last time I checked, the activity of this person is something that promotes Nigeria, what Nigeria wants in order to use to incriminate IPOB. Let me tell you why. The reason being that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu interviewed this criminal in Finland. But now I want to now tell the whole world that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu also interviewed Matanga, interviewed Lumumba, interviewed so many great people. Does that mean that they are member of IPOB? So that is what you need to tell yourself, for those who are reporting rubbish, that IPOB issued this, IPOB issued that, because of that this is happening. I want you to send that message to them, because IPOB is not issuing any sit at home. We don't bastardize what we know that is going to help us in future. Now, you look at what is going on now. Sit at home, you are fighting to give freedom to people. You are burning their market. Sit at home, you are fighting to give these people freedom. You are sending your criminal to go into their marketplace to steal from shops with motorbikes. You are trying to save these people. You are enforcing sit at home. What message are you going to send to the world that you are fighting for freedom? What type of message is that you are giving to the world, to the international community, to say that you are fighting for freedom or you are fighting for anarchy. This is what they want. They want people to say, Oburuno, if it is how this Biafra is going to be, we don't want Biafra. That is what these people are trying to do, to say to the world. And this is the narrative that is being sponsored by the Nigeria, officials. Just like during EndSARS, how they drop off their criminals to terrorize the EndSARS protesters, to criminalize EndSARS movement. That is exactly how you will understand it. Now you ask yourself, ever since this sit-at-home started yesterday, the useless sit-at-home started yesterday, how many arrests has been made? How many people has military intercepted? How many police visibility have you seen? Have you seen police visibility looking for these criminals that are enforcing sit-at-home? The answer is no. Now you tell yourself, ESN was called to Enugu State to actually go and tackle the menace of terrorism or terrorist attacks in Enugu State. Military went and repelled against them. Military went to intervene to protect their own people who are terrorists. But today, yesterday, how many military present have you viewed in Biafra land? No, let us be realistic, because this is exactly what is going on in Nigeria. They send their agent, they back their agent up. Have you wondered the reason why this boy in Finland is doing what he's doing without any fear of anything? Have you wondered the reason? Because the people who are the enemies of Biafra, Nigeria government, is the ones who are telling him, climb this ladder, you will not fall. The people that you fear are the ones who are telling him, climb this, you will not fall. That is the reason why Simon Ekpa is doing it without any fear. Don't you think that he is doing it on his own, strength? He does not have any strength. The only thing he has is what? Criminal tendency. That's what he has. Criminal tendency. Any other thing you might call strength, he does not have. So in this regard, I want you to know that is the reason why and the Nigeria government continue. Meanwhile, Nigeria government does not, Nigeria leaders, which is Fulanese, they don't want anything good coming out of Biafra land. They don't even want anybody to talk about Igbo presidency. That is the reason why they will promote him. Because they know where he's driving his agenda. They know where he is driving their ship. Why is there no arrest made? Why is there no military present? Why is there no police present? Why is there no Ebubago present? Why have they all hibernated? Because it is their people. It is their people doing their bidding. So why would they come out? If they come out, they might give you the excuse. If they come out, it will be killing innocent people. Since when? As Nigeria and the military care about whether they kill innocent people or not? Since when? Because this is what you might be hearing from police, from army, from there. But because they know it is not IPOB. If it is not IPOB, it is the enemy of IPOB, which is the zoo themselves. Which is the zoo themselves. So this is exactly, if you don't have brain, look at that, reason it, and now tell yourself what is going on. It is the making of the zoo. That Simon Ekpa is unleashing these criminals coming from coastal region, from Asare Dokubo, which is recruited, Fulani included, Hausa people included, terrorizing Biafra land. especially Igbo-speaking Biafra. How many of this rubbish have you seen in coastal region? None. How many of these things have you seen in Cross River? None. And ndị Igbo, because you are coward. Una rapu, those of you who are in Finland, una ejerongude this idiot. You don't go and catch this idiot in Finland and do to him what is needed to be done. You are there watching him. He is burning your market, taking away your relatives' means of livelihood. You keep quiet. You kept mute. Or does it mean that there is no Biafrans in Finland? Is there no Biafrans in Finland? How can Simon Ekpa, one person, be doing this? If you don't know what to do to him, take him to court. Take him to court. It is also, obtainable to tell you the reason why he is killing your people. It is, you can do it. People kept quiet. And this idiot is dishing order. A young man, a 36-year-old boy, 36-year-old boy, controlling, the minds of some people, even the elder people. And you people are now dancing to his music. You people are now dancing to the music. Ezi Johnson Obonna. Ezi Johnson Obonna. I have captured your picture. Johnson Obonna. This, if you look at his setup, you will know that no Maka Enugu State, Unwa 042, Nenwero Brain, Johnson Obonna. Now you ask yourself, these people are the people promoting what is happening in Biafra land, but they are from Biafra. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has issued an order for this criminal to stop what he is doing, but he claims he is working for the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Is it by force? This criminal have issued sit at home is not working. He start burning market, trying to make people scared so that it will look like his sit at home is working. Johnson Obonna, this boy, I will present his picture later on. I will actually present his picture later on. All these people supporting the criminality of this boy in Finland. Because Nandi government is he is now bragging that he is going to go to Chatham House where Tinubu went. Now you will understand that it is actually the same agenda. Let him go to Chatham House with the atrocities he's committing in Biafra land. Let him go. Not I will go. Let him go. Then we will send you a message. It is very important that you know when somebody is actually looking at you or when somebody is doing something that is going to be in benefit of you. Be very careful in your doings, because to our people you become so idiotic, so myopic that you don't know your enemy. You don't know the modus operandi of your enemy. Some people, mother 5, Benny Mafia 1 year when all of you are Baba also. Mother 5, Benny Mafia 1 year when mother almost 1,000 people who know about also. The mafia where there is a traffic for people to escape. Who know about also. Round these people up, will just send the effort to judgment. You are creating a room, a vacuum for the enemy to come and destroy this holy movement that we are embarking upon. Yet you are saying that the road is prolonged. The road is prolonged because of your mindset. Your mindset is dirty. You don't have that resoluteness. You are not resilient. Because it takes a resilient person to actually understand that these 5 people who come with Chakapo and the Moge, coming into the marketplace to terrorize. If you leave your shop and run, they will go in there, they will set it ablaze, or they will steal your goods. Tomorrow you will come with nothing. and you promise yourself, to hell with mpompondo. What is life without living? What is life without living? That is something that so many of you does not understand. If you do not show this Nigeria that is terrorizing you with their terrorists, they have created different types of terrorists. They have created it in the north. They have created it in the south. They have created it in the east, in the west. Sorry, they have created it in the east. Why? And they will make sure that each place where they're creating it, they will have people who speak the same language as you, so that you will think that this is a community problem. This is actually, a national problem or state problem, because there are people who are from that state doing it. Do you know what is terrorism? Terrorism is when you motivate somebody to leave what they are doing, to carry arm, and to start terrorizing people, to start killing for no reason, to start kidnapping, to start stealing. That is terrorism. They have created it in Biafra land. You people, I see that na akwasi na ebe a na-adụ onye nwere onye ebe onye nwere nne na-adụ a na-adụ ya ọdụ ka onye nwere nne ga-anọ na-amụta. You people watch it happen in the north. How Boko Haram came out as a peaceful movement. From being peaceful movement, the government created their own faction. Boko Haram become a violent organization, become terrorist. Today, the terrorism has taken over the name Boko Haram. Terrorism baptism have taken over the peaceful movement which was innovated by a northern person. Today has become terrorist movement, because government created their own faction, called it Boko Haram, and put them in Sambisa forest just to protect the gold for international bodies to be exploiting. Now, in this regard, the IPOB movement, we are doing what we are doing. But I believe the reason why they were able to conquer Boko Haram goodies, it is because they don't have that resoluteness in them like we do. That's what they plan. They want to conquer IPOB. They want to outrun IPOB. But they don't know that one IPOB media is actually 1,000 zoo medias or zoo propaganda machine. That is how it is. They want to overwhelm us so that we will give it up. No. We have signed our faith before we join this movement, before we actually engage. What we are fighting is our restoration, our freedom, total emancipation, economic freedom. That's what we are fighting for. So, regardless of the faction that the zoo is creating to counter us, it will never make us relent. It will give us strength to continue. And we will need to continue to actually expose the zoo. Because remember, what they are doing, just like Mazi China Sanwaru said, they want to continue to write the narrative. This is the reason why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu say we give them media blackout. But we cannot see this one happening currently and leave it behind. Now, they want to be pushing the narrative for us, writing the narrative for us to push. By when they constitute nuisance, we will start talking about it. And if we don't talk about it, that nuisance will destroy the lives of our people. Double-edged sword. They are using double-edged sword to attack IPOB. But the most important thing is that we can multitask. As long as we have that, competency to multitask, very, very important in what we are doing, because what they are doing, they're using double-edged sword. The only thing we can use to counter is to multitask. Because there is no way you will multitask that it will never contextualize to what the activities of this criminal in Finland is doing. Just like I started this program. Level it down to Tinubu and their activities, connected to the same sit at home going on in Biafra land through the media reportage, because those criminals, they're never objective in their reportage. And secondly, what they are doing is for you to capitulate. Those of you in Biafra land who are so scared that you won't come out, they want you, that is the capitulation that they want to put you into. They want you to feel defeated. They want you to actually give up, so that they come in to say that they are in control of your lives. If you criminal is in control of your life, how do you think you are going to thrive? If criminals are in control of your life, how are you going to thrive? This idiot who is called Dennis Daminis, since you career agitator have successfully divided IPOB, now you have seen what you have done to yourselves. Simon is the only man we know. These are the followers of Canon Takano, or if not Canon Takano himself. These are them, blind people. Blind people. I want you to understand that this type of criminals that come into your comment section telling you have divided IPOB, do you know what is divisible? IPOB is not divisible to any number. We are not divisible. Now I want you to understand that you are calling a person who has never been a member of IPOB. Why aren't you calling Femi Fanikayo the member of IPOB? Why aren't you calling Professor Lumumba member of IPOB? Why aren't you calling Matanga member of IPOB? Because they granted interview to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, which is the same thing that made it Berima in Finland, who is condemning what you did to Ike Kweremade in Germany to become a member of IPOB. Very simple. Why aren't they, those people, now saying what needed to be done for IPOB? Why is it only Simon? Because he speaks Igbo. Or many of you will agree, but because he speaks Igbo. When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was preaching, when Ambazonia leader was captured, did Mazen Nnamdi Kanu not actually give advices to Ambazonians? Is he Ambazonia? The answer is no. So it is not because they don't speak Igbo or speak any Biafra language. It is because they are not member of IPOB. And it is because the interview does not connect them to what we are doing. The interview does not link them to be part of what we are doing. The same way it does not link the criminal in Finland to what we are doing. It is a mere interview. Many channels can grant you interview, does not mean they are part of you. They want to clear their confusion. Exactly. Now Dennis Dunam is an idiot. In that comment section, come here to tell me that we have divided IPOB. IPOB of what? Which IPOB are you talking about, idiot? With faceless criminals in the comment section. How can we divide something that is, indivisible? That is indivisible. Now, it is very important, because we are bringing this program to an end, for you to know that there is no military presence in all this shenanigans everywhere. That Simon Eba and his criminal, maybe because we talk about it, the military will start coming out to prove us wrong. That's why it is very important for you to share this video. There is no military presence. There is no police present. There is no civil defense present. There is no DSS present in this shenanigan that the thief in Finland is trying to make himself relevant while plunging your personal income. Now, you ask yourself, if it is IPOB, you will hear that military invaded Olu, military invaded Enugu State, military invaded Ebonyi State, you will only hear military invasion, killing innocent people. But because it is not IPOB, it is Nigeria agent who is also working on the Western agenda. Because you need to make it look like it is IPOB. And you need to use this voice of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu saying that you are doing exceptionally well. You are taking this to a new dimension. That is the same thing you are using every day. That is why they use it as a jingle. So that when people are engaging in their lies and their manipulation, they will hear that one, they will say, oh, this is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And that is the reason why they had to intercept Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, kidnap and rendition him. Desperate time called for desperate measure. That is the desperation of these Nigeria agents. That is the reason why they did what they did. Regardless of the violation of international right and treaty, or international law and treaties, they now put themselves in this conundrum. It is a conundrum they have put themselves, because they don't even know how to come out, except even, stooping this low to actually tell you to make it look like they're doing something. Use that jingle so that people who listen to you will now connect your activities to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That is the reason why we are here. We continue to tell you that this criminal in Finland is a criminal who no one knows where he come from. He is not a Biafran. He's not Igbo. That's why he's terrorizing Igbo people. Now, I want you to also understand that what he is doing, his energy is being derived from the people in the authority. And that is the reason why you have not seen some of these, governors doing something the way they did to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Because all of them came together to go and rendition Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You don't see them actually complaining about the sit at home or anything. But the one they knew that the IPOB issued, that the enemy hijacked and continue to enforce, is the one they talked about. But they don't talk about this criminal sit at home. They don't release their police and their military to come out to actually make sure that people are safe. They don't. Because they know that this is their comrade. This is our comrade doing what we ever wanted. Kudos to our comrade. That is exactly what they will be saying to themselves today. Kudos to their comrade. He is actually mounting pressure on these people. Simon, whoever that is playing music that you are dancing, he is playing Soludo for you. And to remind you that Soludo will go on. If you na agba egwu ndị mmụọ, ịmakwa ife a na-akpọ ndị Igbo. You and Asare Dokubo, you don't know the people that are called the Igbo race. Igbo race are the people who might be in their slumber, but to the day they will wake up, Kafasialogi, Fesialogia, and the manly chum. That is how it is. Ndị Igbo are like snake. Kwe ma echi eteka, agologolo otagi, ogwo otagi. You don't know Igbo race. Whenever the spirit comes on them, dude, remember during the war, how did we fight the war? Without any military supply, food supply, nothing. We held it for 3 years. That is us. Remind you that you are dealing with Ndibo. Regardless of those who are blind today following you, not knowing what you are up to, because their mind is weak. Their mind is weak. Don't think that their mind will be weak for a very long time. Sit at home alaputagogi. And sit at home has drawn your map. The map to your end is being drawn. Simon Epa. What you are doing, you are nobody. The reason why I can tell you that you are nobody, if you are Biafran, if eventually you turn out to be Biafran, you are nobody. You see who you are? You are just like all these kidnappers that they have captured one time ago. That is what you are. The fact that they are kidnappers, have criminal syndicates, doesn't make them to be somebody. You are nobody. As long as I'm concerned, you are nobody. If you are somebody, tell me what your hard work has actually achieved for you in Nigeria or where you come from. Tell me, give me one thing that your hard work, that came out from your hard work. You are nobody. You are a criminal. And a criminal is nobody. Because a criminal is somebody who can be executed at any time. That is what you are. When people are out there singing your praises, fana akologi sologede na agba. Imaro na sologede be egwu ndị mmụọ. I got go scores. As an agbacha egwu ọ na n'ukwu Simon Ekpa, you are an agent provocateur. You are a criminal. You are a demon. You are a Satan. That's what you are. If eventually you turn out to be Biafra indeed, dude, you are a devil. Because the same people that you are supposed to be protecting, because nafatilin ike kwal mmadụ ife ko IPOB the ike kwal mmadụ tụọ ya akwa tụọ ya tomato, is the reason why you turn out to start working for the agent, for the enemy that want to destroy Igbo land, that want to destroy our infrastructure, that want to destroy the people's means of livelihood, so that when the people get to Biafra, there will be no place to start building upon. That is exactly what this criminal is doing and must be dealt with. All these Ohanese and all these people, you need to, go ahead to make sure that you find how to fish out all these criminals they are using. When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu created ESN, you people did all your best to stop ESN because they are fighting terrorism, doing what you could not do. And today you are now understanding it. You are now speaking in that language of ESN. People pick up arms to defend themselves. People pick up arms to defend themselves. You are now understanding it. But today, one criminal in Finland using people who are on the ground there, using some women in America who actually gave him a ladder to climb, who actually were in their syndicate before they divided each other, hoping to achieve one assignment. It doesn't matter if they are fighting. This person is the one cooking for all of you. This person is the one now, you don't know how to stop him, right? But when it was Mazen Nnamdi